Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to recreate... Get out of here. Get out. So welcome back to my channel. And today I decided to recreate...
Oh my god, Demi, can I get an autograph?
Yes! Oh my god. Today I decided to recreate Demi Lovato's makeup from the Grammys. I did not get to see the Grammys live because I was elsewhere with my family. But so I saw a lot of pictures circulating on social media, and as soon as I saw her, I said, oh, my jaw literally dropped. I thought she looked gorgeous. This look by far has to be my favorite look. So I decided to recreate it. If you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, keep on watching. Bang bang. So we're starting off again with, as always, my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC20. When it comes to my eye makeup, I always prep it the same way, using my Jafra Cosmetics in Nude, Iconic Nudes palette. These first 3 shades right here on a fluffy blending brush. Going to set that concealer in place. On a flat shader brush, I'm going to pick up those same 3 shades and we're going to apply that directly under the brow bone. And again, this is just so when you take pictures, that light concealer doesn't reflect back and look like, you know, halo brows or like there's a cast on your brow. Back in now with these 2 shimmer shades, this one and this one, on the same flat shader brush. We're going to apply this to the brow bone. And it's really just placed right here from what it looks like in the picture. On that same shader brush with those same 2 eyeshadows, we're going to apply that directly to the eyelid. I didn't find any pictures with her looking down, but from what I see in the pictures that I have seen of her looking straight ahead, this part of the eye area looks a little bit more brighter, more open. And then for the outer part of the eye, we're going to go in with this shade right here. It's more of a bronzy tone, and we're just going to pack that on to the outer third of the eye. Now, I really like this palette when it comes to those matte shades and the first 2 shimmer shades that I always use on the brow bone. But the rest of the palette, I'm not gonna lie, it has a lot of fallout and it's not as pigmented. But I always work with what I got. Back in with my fluffy blending brush, I'm gonna pick up this dark brown shade, apply that to the outer part of the eye, swooping up slightly. So we're focusing that color mainly on the outer part. Then in the picture it looks as if she's dragged the darkness right up in here. And now I'm just going to build on the color. Now for warmth, I'm going to go in with MAC Give Me Sun. It is very versatile. I like to use it for everything. Apply that directly in between the crease and the brow bone, because right there it looks a little bit more warm. And to warm it up even more, I'm gonna go in with Ben Nye's Orange Zest. It's just an orange eyeshadow, like so. Now going in with a tapered blending brush, I'm gonna pick up the same dark brown shade that we laid down first, directly to the outer part of the eye again. And this time we're using the smaller tapered brush because we want to focus it more on just that area. So the blending brush is more wider, so it covers more area. But this being tapered, it focuses it right where I want it. Building and building on that color. We're gonna use any, you can use any matte black eyeshadow, and I'm gonna pick that up on an angled brush. Okay, and what I like to do is pinch the tips of the brush so that it's as thin as possible. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply that as close to the lash line as if I would if I was working with an actual eyeliner or eye pencil. And you guys can definitely do this with an eye pencil as well, but I can't find my daggone sharpener. The outer part of the eye, it does look as if it's a very sharp line. Not very sharp, but it's, you can tell that there's some cleanup going on right there. So what I like to do is, instead of using tape, because I just don't like the feel of tape on my skin, so I'd rather just clean up the outside part of that with a flat brush like this with a little bit of foundation or concealer, just whatever, usually whatever I have available. And I'm going to use foundation. Apply some mascara, and you guys already know I use Maybelline's Great Lash. For lashes, today we're going to go in with, instead of strip lashes, I'm going to use House of Lashes, and this is the style Le Petite Triple Glue. I'm going to use the House of Lashes mini adhesive, and this is their black glue. I'm going to pour some on the back of my hand, like so, and we're going to let that get a little bit tacky. I'm going to dip in the tips of it in the glue, and now I'm going to start in the middle. Now these I'm going to place directly on top of my lashes, my natural lashes. It's not going on the lash line as the band would. This is going to go directly on top of the lashes. I'm going to grab another, and I'm going to come closer to the inner part of the eye. And I'm going to add one more to the outer part. So we use a total of 4. It looks a little bit naked. Okay, so that's what we have. That's what we're working with right now. Now, since my eyeliner isn't sharpened, I'm just going to go ahead and tight line. On this angled brush, I'm going to pick up some product from the eyeliner, and I'm going to apply that directly in my tight line. Like so. Okay, so for foundation, it looks as if she's wearing a pretty lightweight coverage. It doesn't look like it's covering up too much. I can still see a little bit of her freckles shine through. So we're gonna use Maybelline's Matte and Porless. Now, the shade that I've been using is 228 Soft Tan, but I feel like it's a little bit yellow. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me. So I'm going to mix in a little bit of 222, which is True Beige. It has more pink undertone. So I'm just going to mix in a little bit. That's my mixture right there. I'm going to use my flat foundation brush today. This one is by Royal and Langnickel. It's the flat foundation brush. And I'm just going to start to apply that. Well, I guess I should clip my hair out of the way, shouldn't I? So next up is my corrector. It's my trusty LA Girl Pro Conceal Orange Corrector. Long name, but that's what it is called. And I swear, guys, no concealer can cover up my dark circles because I have to color correct, always. So whenever we're highlighting with a lighter shade of concealer, it can turn ashy, can turn gray if you have darkness under your eyes and if you don't color correct. I'm gonna go in with NARS-Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. And I'm applying that directly on top of the orange corrector. And I'm gonna bring it down some. Going in with my Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. I'm going to start to pat my concealer in. With my flat foundation brush, I'm just wiping off whatever's left on it, just so making sure that it's not so moist. And I'm just going to pat everything in place. And this helps blend the two colors together. So obviously I did put down a lighter shade, but I don't want it to look crazy light. So I'm going to go over that and just make sure the colors are well blended. And now we are ready to set with powders using my RCMA. With a fluffy brush, I'm just going to lightly set the entire face. Get some translucent powder on this powdered sponge directly under the eyes to get rid of any creasing. If anything, those are the areas that I always make sure to set because I'm not trying to bake. I don't want to leave it for too long. As always, my MAC Give Me Sun on a fluffy brush. Going to bronze up the skin because she does look very bronzy. Going to contour my nose slightly. Just bam bam slapping it on, making sure the lines are thin and as close together as possible without making the nose look like it's disappeared, because I don't want that look either. So then over that I just like to powder to diffuse those lines a little bit. My big fluffy brush, dust it all away. For blush, I'm using my favorite NYX Strictly Chic, and it does look like she has something similar to this on, so that's another help that I don't have to go out and buy another one just for this look. I'm gonna go in with Giella-Eye M Glam. This is a little sample that I got in a makeup class that I attended. So I'm just applying that with my finger first. Bring it down the bridge of the nose a little bit. Okay, so going back to the eyes, we're just going to smoke out the lower lash line and apply the same eyeshadows as we did on the top. Now, with black eyeshadow, we're going to really make these eyes pop. On a pencil brush, I'm just picking up a little bit of brown eyeshadow. And the brown eyeshadow that I'm using is from this Jafra palette, right there. I want to make sure that you connect that with the top part of the eyeshadow. So we're just going right up in here. I'm gonna take the same Giella-Eye M Glam and I'm going to mix that with a little bit of that shimmer shade right there. I'm going to apply that right in the inner tear duct area. Going in with mascara now. Gonna go in with a nude lip liner. It does look like she's wearing a more of a peachy nude lipstick. And I'm gonna try out a new lip product. And you guys let me know if you want a review on it. It is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. Tons of beautiful colors in here. So I think I'm going to use shade number 4 and 11. Add on top of that Gerard Cosmetics-Nude lip gloss. Finish everything off. I'm going in with my First Aid Beauty Vitamin E Hydrating Mist. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this look. As always, products will be listed in the description box below. And if you have any suggestions on any new videos, any tips, since again I'm still new to this, I'm still trying to warm up to the camera, even though God knows I love the camera. But speaking into the camera is a whole nother show. So if you guys have any suggestions, I'd greatly appreciate it. So you can leave those comments below. Again, any suggestions on looks that you want to see for future videos, let me know. Thank you guys for watching.